As many of you already know, about 2 weeks ago we released our first EP, Endless Fall. Since then, we can be more grateful about how you have received it. We are so grateful. So we think it's a good idea to start a series of videos about each of the songs that compose it. And today we're going to start with Escape. For the newcomers, welcome to the channel of Neyla, a rock band from Spain that is putting all their illusion in making the best music possible. And without wasting any more time, let's get to the video. Escape is the second song on our EP. It lasts almost 3 minutes and has several different parts. But let's start at the beginning. Where does the idea come from? Okay, so it's me. This time I was the origin of everything, and I'm going to explain you where I got this idea. Well, so many of you already know that we have absolute passion for the warning. That is for us the best rock band in the world, basically. And within that, as it is normal, I have always noticed Ale, that is their bass player. So in June of 2023, we were so lucky to see them live for the first time ever. And I got to be totally situated in the front row and almost underneath her. So I was like super lucky. And I remember it like as one of my best moments, like of the best moments of my life. And if I already loved it, seeing her like there just a few feet away from me, playing her bass, it was so incredible. Like I can't imagine it was real. The thing is that there is a picture that I have engraved in my head that is at a certain moment staying alone playing the bass, something like all over the room. And I was like, oh my god, that is so cool. And it's something that I had absolutely stuck in my mind. So I had to use it for one of my own creations. So when we were writing Endless Fall, BP, I said like, I need a song where the bass is like on its own and as strong as it can be. And then the instruments come to accompany. And that's basically how it all started. And it will be something like this. And then I went to talk to the rest of the band. So Ainara came to us with the idea and with that riff. I like the way it sounded from the beginning, and what we decided together with my father is that in order to have more contrast, the song should start as much noise as possible. All the instruments giving their all, no introductions and nothing left out. That's why the first seconds of the song are pure caña. The idea is that you're almost surprised when it starts. And then that's when P suddenly comes and the bass gets all the attention. Okay, and from here the question was how to accompany the bass line. We decided that being so powerful, we should keep it throughout the verse. So my part with the drums was clear. Accentuate with the bass notes almost exactly. So I took 2 good hits on the snare and cymbals and started copying exactly what she was doing.
And that's when we decided what the guitar could bring to the whole thing. The thing is that the bass line and the drums alone were an absolute blast. So we didn't see the need to put too much in. Instead, we thought that the guitar should come in and out to bring notes of aggression or support to the verse and the melody of the vocals, which we were imagining little by little.
with that, we had completed the first part of the song. However, up to that point, the idea had been to complement the bass and whip it up so that it could stand out. However, we felt that in order to keep the strength, there would be a moment where the percussion was going to be important. We already made a spoiler in the intro when halfway through the intro, guitar and drums joining for a punchy break. And since that seemed to work, the bridge was based on something similar, some rhythms that are almost feels, almost chopping up the song and putting it on the runway to start the chorus. And then there comes the chorus. There is one thing that we always try to do when we compose, and that is to have like a chorus that is as memorable as possible. Like for us, a good song doesn't necessarily have to be like with a good chorus, but in the kind of music we like, that is rock, it's so important to have a very good chorus. So we work like really, really hard on it so that it would be like something that will embed in your head practically for the first time you hear it.
It's a song that plays a lot with spaces. It's not a song in which the instruments are playing non-stop all the time. Even in the chorus, where everything is together, even though it's the most powerful part, everything has a place and leaves air to the rest.
My lips are tired of faking a smile. My lungs are empty, they have nowhere. My mother's exhausting from telling lies. Each perfect word feels by myself. I can't escape from them.
And obviously, after the first chorus, I had to get my bass back. She had to get her bass back.
Them.
And we got to the bridge where we wanted to give the song a different touch. At that point, we struggled a bit to think about what would look good with the rest. What helped us a lot in the end were the lyrics. Exploring it, we realized that it talks about someone trapped in a place where they don't want to be, but they have no choice but to do it. Obviously, that's not a pleasant situation for anyone, so we found the key we needed, make it a little more sinister.
What we were looking for at that moment is to make it heavier, more suffocating. The sounds are disturbing. There is some dissonance. Without a doubt, it does not evoke a beautiful landscape in the forest.
And finally, we complement this by introducing a chorus in the final refrain. A chorus that enters little by little and that repeats itself like an obsession. Something that says like all the time, I don't want to, I don't want to. And it seemed like a very worthy ending for what we wanted to transmit.
My lungs are empty, they have nowhere. My mother's exhausting from telling lies. Such perfect words feel by myself. I can't escape from them.
And more or less, that's all. We're not going to comment much on the lyrics for two reasons. The first one is because we also find it interesting that it can be a special meaning to the listener, and the second one because we're going to continue with our game, which we like so much with Last Point. We will put up a poll here in our YouTube community and on Instagram with the question, who do you think that wrote these lyrics to this song? I'm sure the results will be interesting again.